amazing creature.
Muldrotha.
You and I are not so different.
I'm not like you. You're a murderer.
Well, to each his own. I chose my path, you chose the way of the hero. And they found you amusing for a while, the people of this city. But the one thing they love more than a hero is to see a hero fail, fall, die trying. In spite of everything you've done for them, eventually they will hate you. Why bother?
Alright, no one asked for it, so here it is. Alright, today we have a special guest. She's one of the most popular commanders of all time, the brilliant and sexy Muldrotha. But before we dive into our deck tech, here's a word from our sponsors. Alright.
Chicken fried noodle, yeah, yeah. Chicken fried noodle, yum, yum.
Chicken fried noodle. Welcome back. Now you've seen these little noobs play Muldrotha like they could actually play Magic the Gathering. Well, Daddy's here for a lesson, folks. Put down your double Pokemon sleeved budget Muldrotha decks. And tune in for the new Dodge Viper V12 limited edition Muldrotha deck. Do it! Alright, so what's broken? Lands. What's the synergy with this deck? Landfall. Do I really like landfall decks? Yes, I do. Why Muldrotha? Because f*** you and your friends.
There are bigger things happening here.
Landfall is just the shell of the deck, and you can play whatever you like. You can go full control or full reanimate, but the Landfall shell mixed with Muldrotha's card advantage and removal makes for a pretty powerful deck. First off, card advantage. What up? Makes all these noobs look like pros. Easy card advantage with the queen of card advantage. Then removal. Duh. What to play to make your friends pay is what my ex used to say before she scooped to my Muldrotha deck.
It's a bad joke.
After that, of course, our landfall shenanigans. Then how to end the game with the least effort humanly possible. Told ya this is an easy mode commander. Before we start, let's take a look at Muldrotha. 6 mana, 6/6. During each of your turns, you may play up to one permanent card of each permanent type from your graveyard. Okay, you get the jizz? So first off, we want to get locked and loaded with our card advantage. Take things easy early game and don't be the threat that's gonna come later on. Fact or fiction, don't matter what hits the graveyard, you can just bring it back with the queen. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library and opponent separates those cards into 2 piles. 2, put 1 pile in your hand and the rest in your graveyard. It doesn't matter, I'm telling you, this is a fact. It's not fiction. I guess see what I did there? Tokyo Drifter, evoke for 3. When she enters the battlefield, it's an elemental, but it looks like a fish, whatever. Draw 2 cards. Recast it with Muldrotha, you're drawing 3 cards a turn. Can I get a woohoo? Woohoo! River Shelby. What the hell is this? Looks like a beast, looks like a freaking nightmare.
To them, you're just a freak.
Anyways, cost 5 is a 3/3 beast, whatever. Whenever River Kelpie or another permanent enters the battlefield from a graveyard, draw a card. Whenever a player casts a spell from a graveyard, draw a card. So you'll be drawing 2 cards each time you cast a permanent card from your graveyard. This is why Muldrotha is so popular. You see, you don't even need to try. You'll be drawing your whole freaking deck. It's so easy. Mystic Jason Remora. Draw a card each time a player casts a non-creature spell unless they pay 4. Cumulative upkeep 1. But, you know, let's face it. Don't pay the upkeep fee. Just cast it from your graveyard for 1 each turn with Muldrotha. Uh-oh. Omen of the Sea is a 2 mana enchantment flash. When Omen of the Sea enters the battlefield, scry 2, then draw a card. Pay 3, sacrifice Omen of the Sea, scry 2. Pretty good. Greater Good. This is the greater of the good cards. Sacrifice a creature, draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power, then discard 3 cards. I mean, pretty dumb. Doesn't matter what you draw or what you discard, you'll just be filling up your hand and your graveyard. This is an auto-include. Commander Sphere, add 1 mana of any color and sack for 0 mana to draw a card. Then what do you do? Do you understand now? What do? We cast it again from your graveyard and then we sack it again and we draw another card. What the hell?
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
This is what Muldrotha is all about. Jay-Z had 99 problems, but card advantage ain't one. Easy mode activated. Go crazy with card advantage. You can look up whatever you like, play whatever you like. The goal is to go crazy before turn 6, then drop Muldrotha on turn 6 and recast everything from your graveyard. The value is real, ladies and gentlemen.
You want forgiveness?
Okay, plain and simple. Now we want things we can recur over and over again from your graveyard and be the biggest pain in the butt. Imagine if we could bring back Kobe Bryant over and over again. Would that be good? Ah, well, that'd be amazing, buddy. Gravebreaker Lamia.
What are you?
What the heck is a Lamia? Let me go check Lamia. What the hell? What the Anyways, she's a 5 mana 4/4 lifelink. When Gravebreaker Lamia enters the battlefield, search your library for a card and put that card into your graveyard, then shuffle your library. Spells you cast from your graveyard cost 1 less to cast. I've actually never seen this card live before. I mean, it's pretty much auto-included any graveyard deck, and especially with Muldrotha, you have to put it in. Intuition, I mean, you better follow your intuition with this one. It's a 3 mana instant. Search your library for up to 3 cards and reveal them. Target opponent chooses 1. Put that card into your hand and the rest in your graveyard, then shuffle your library. This is almost a 3-card demonic tutor with Muldrotha. Yeah, pretty broken. ACCDC.
These weirdos all gotta have a name now.
He's a 5 mana 4/6 Death Touch exploit. When CDC Undead Vizier exploits a creature, you may search your library for a card and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Who needs skill when you play Muldrotha? Then you can just recast a creature you sacrifice with
I never thought he'd really do that.
Buried Alive and Entome. I mean, your graveyard is basically your second hand, so you're basically putting stuff into your hand, kinda. Well, I wish I had stuff in my hands. Survival of the Fittest and Birthing Pod. Get the pod if you're poor and on the budget, but if you're not, well, get both, because you'll never be the greatest Pokemon master ever if you don't play these 2 cards. Listen up, buddy, Amazon is here and they have your removal package. Shriekmaw, evoke for 2. When Shriekmaw enters the battlefield, destroy target non-artifact, non-black creature.
If only I could cause you the pain that you've caused me.
That's pretty good. You can cast it every turn, and it's gonna sack himself, so you don't need a sack outlet. It's pretty good. Platecrafter, kinda the same deal. When Platecrafter enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. Each player who can discards a card. It doesn't matter what you sacrifice, you'll just bring it back. Spore Frog, Omega Lul, playing versus aggro, rolling on the floor, laughing, Rafflecopter.
Even to a guy like me, that's cold.
The Eldest Reborn. It's a 5 mana saga, enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. Then, on the second turn, each opponent discards a card. Then on the third turn, put target creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Getting to cast this over and over again, man, the engine, the value, it's so good. And the art is nice as well. Now this one's a personal favorite of mine. It's a 7 mana saga, Kiora Best the Sea Gods. Create an 8/8 blue kraken creature token with hexproof. What the hell? Tap all non-land permanents target opponent controls. They don't untap during their controller's next untap step. And then at 3, gain control of target permanent and opponent controls. Untap it. Getting to cast this over and over again, I mean, hey, release the Krakens! Next up, Glenelandra Archmage. She's a 4 mana 2/2 flying. Pay 1 blue, sacrifice Glenelandra Archmage, counter target non-creature spell. Persist. With enough mana, you can basically lock the game with this creature. It's so good in this deck. Seal of Primordium. It's a 2 mana green enchantment. Sacrifice Seal of Primordium. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Pretty basic, pretty auto-include. Castic Caterpillar does the same thing, but it's an insect.
Cause you freaking pricks!
Now for your mass removal. No, not freaking damnation. No, not freaking Day of Judgment, because that's white and you can't play that in this deck. Phyrexian Scriptures. It's a 4 mana, put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature. That creature becomes an artifact in addition to its other taps. Okay. Destroy all non-artifact creatures. Okay. Exile all cards from all opponents' graveyards. Okay. So, I mean, you can cast this the first time, transform Muldrotha into an artifact, then keep casting it over and over again, wiping the board over and over.
No! What are you waiting for? Do it!
And na 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 na, and I love you forever, forever. And Pernicious Deeds. 3 mana enchantment. Pay X, sacrifice Pernicious Deeds. Destroy each artifact, creature, and enchantment when converted mana cost X or less. Once again, board control, casting this over and over again. So annoying. Jeez Louise. And a couple of instant removal cards because Solte has the best removal in the game. Mana Drain, Beast Within, Assassin's Trophy. You can play whatever you want here, but these are all 3 auto-includes in my opinion.
That's my opinion!
Okay, now for the landfall stuff, bro. Multiple land drops per turn. Can I get a gnarly dude kicking it, my broski man, dude? Azusa, 3 land drops per turn, bro. Exploration, 4 land drops per turn, bro. Wayward Swartooth, dude, 5 land drops per turn, bro.
Your fantasies can't ever be quenched, can they?
The Jitrog monster? Oh my god, it's a frog horror? Oh my god, 6 land drops per turn, bro. Dryad of the Elysian Grove, 7 land drops per turn, bro. Oracle of Muldrotha? Like Muldrotha has an oracle? Like 8 land drops per turn, bro? What the hell, bro?
And now what to do with all these landfalls, you ask? My dudes, watch and learn.
Nothing is impossible!
Rampaging Ballot lets you put a 4/4 Lindsay Lohan token each time you get a landfall trigger. It's like Mean Girls all over again. Royal Elemental lets you steal a creature each time you get a landfall trigger, my guy. My guy. And Kobe Nixilis the Fallen, rest in peace Kobe, deals 3 damage to anyone each time you get a landfall trigger. Hey, what about a newer card that's really dumb in this deck?
And you didn't disappoint.
Uro, why need to escape? Cast them over and over again each turn. Oh, but boy, this is so annoying.
You've changed things.
Annoying.
World Shaper, he's a 4 mana 3/3. Whenever World Shaper attacks, you may put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. Okay, we'll just say it right here. You mill yourself for 3, okay? You don't need to put so much text like, geez Louise, we get it, mill yourself. When World Shaper dies, put all land cards from your graveyard onto the battlefield tap.
Make your dreams come true!
And nice guy Gary, Sakura Tribuilder, sacks himself so you can recast him over and over again. Don't even need a sack outlet. Wow, it's so nice. We play a 1 Planeswalker in this deck, Nissa Vital Force.
Here I am.
+1, untap target land you control. Until your next turn, it becomes a 5/5 elemental creature with haste. It's still a land. Wow! -3, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. -6 is where the juice is at. You get an emblem. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. The thing is that she comes into play with 5 loyalty counters, then you +1 her. The turn after that you can alter right away. You don't see that often on the Planeswalker, altering the next turn it comes into play, but you know, she does it. She's amazing. We love her. She's in this deck. Okay. Tatyova, I actually played this as a general, and I gotta say I didn't make a lot of friends, but even without Tatyova, I can't make friends anyways.
But I know the truth.
She's a 5 mana 3/3 Merfolk Druid. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Pretty simple, pretty amazing. Sylvan Safekeeper, 1 mana 1/1, sacrifice a land, target creature you control gain Shroud until end of turn. So sack a land to protect Muldrotha, then you can play the land from your graveyard again. That's pretty good. Crop Rotation, the sauce for any landfall deck. Sacrifice a land, search your library for a land, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Pretty good, pretty good. You get to play the land you just sacrificed with Muldrotha. I mean,
Bye, have a great time!
Realms Uncharted, it's like an intuition but for lands. Search your library for 4 land cards with different names and reveal them. An opponent chooses 2 of those cards. Put the chosen cards into your graveyard and the rest in your hand, then shuffle your library. Constant Mist, I gotta say I constantly missed a lot of opportunities to lose games with this card. That's how good it is. Buy back, sacrifice a land. Creatures deal no combat damage this turn. So with Muldrotha in play and 2 mana, you can cast this over and over again. It's pretty good. And just a couple of good lands because Landfall deck, hello, go crazy with this, play whatever you like. I think these are pretty good. So I'm gonna explain them, I'm gonna play them, I'm gonna tell you what they do. You play them if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine.
New card.
Lotus Field. Lotus Field enters the battlefield tap. When Lotus Field enters the battlefield, sacrifice 2 lands, add 3 mana of any color to your mana pool. So yep, pretty good. Sack 2 lands, you can just replay them with Muldrotha. It has hexproof, so that's pretty fun.
Oh, very nice.
Prismatic Pizza and all the fetches, to be honest, because you can just replay them from your graveyard. Pretty good. Anything you can sack and then bring back, amazing. Kevin Bacon, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, sacrifice Kevin Bacon, put your commander into your hand from your command zone. This is pretty dumb. You can sack it to bring back Muldrotha into your hand, play Muldrotha, recast the command beacon.
excited.
Huh? See what's happening here? You'll never pay more than 6 for Muldrotha. Strip Mine and Wasteland. With all these extra lands per turn, you can play them multiple times per turn from your graveyard with Crucible of Worlds and just destroy a lot of lands. I know, it's pretty nasty, but it's pretty good. So we're doing it. And of course the 3 cycle lands, because, you know, cycle, bring back, you know, you get the jizz. And now that you've overwhelmed your enemies with your easy over-the-top, easy mode noob card synergy, time to finish the game.
Nice.
And we do so with the best card in the deck, and one of the best cards ever printed, Scape Shift. Amazing with Titania, letting you create a 5/3 Lindsay Lohan token each time a land is put into your graveyard. Why not add in Rampaging Baloth? Lets you create a 4/4 Lindsay Lohan token for each landfall trigger. Or Tatiova, draw a card for each landfall trigger. What the heck? And Kobe Nixilis, rest in peace Kobe, deals 3 damage to any player for each landfall trigger. Any one of these is crazy with Scape Shift, but why not go even further? Once you've Scape Shifted, use Sylvan Safekeeper to sack all your lands, then cast Splendid Reclamation to bring all your lands from your graveyard to play.
I knew you two were in this together!
Big plays for big boys! Another easy synergy wombo is with Kakusho. Remember this guy? Yeah, with all this mana you'll have, you can cast him, copy him with Phyrexian Metamorph, sacrificing one of them, recasting the creature, sacrificing the other one, recasting the artifact, sacrificing the other one, then finally sacrificing the last one to deal a total of 20 damage to all your opponents.
There's no going back.
Or you can just use all that mana to make a giant Villainous Wealth, 1 card win, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Villainous Wealth. Target opponent exiles the top X cards of their library. You may cast any number of spells with converted mana cost X or less from among them without paying their mana costs. Wow, how good is that? 1 card win, easy peasy. Thanks for watching.